what had made Dr. Patel push forward.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Well, the second day, coming out of coma, this beautiful little Indian woman, who I now know as Dr. Patel, we're good friends, comes to my bedside. And she pulls up a chair. I have no idea who she is. And she sits down. She realized that my arms were paralyzed, so she puts her hands on mine. And she said, "Rob, I can't tell you how happy I am, to see you alive." And I'm like, "Well, who are you?" And she said, "I was the one working on you that night. I was the one that didn't give up." And as she talked to me, all of a sudden, she began to get very personal. She started to cry. And she said, "My father and I were very, very close. We almost had telepathy. He helped me through medical school. And when I was pregnant with my first child, my father, that's all he lived for, to see my boy's face." And she said 6 months before he was born, my father had an aneurysm and died. And she said, "I've been so bitter. I'm a Hindu. I've been deeply spiritual my whole life." And she said, "I became just angry about the whole thing and never heard from my dad, and he didn't get to experience that." And she said, "But seeing you here today alive, maybe, just maybe, there's something out there, because there's no reason that you should be here." And in that moment, the puzzle unscrambled and it all came together. And I didn't tell her in that moment because she would have thought I was crazy. But while she was working on me, a male spirit entered the room and kept on saying the same thing over and over again. "Keep working on him. Don't give up. You can save him. Keep working on him." And I knew in that moment it was Dr. Patel's father. And that is what was pushing her. She had no idea why she just would not give up on me. I told Dr. Patel a year later, when I came back to North Carolina from transplant, I got my heart in Chicago, and I went to see her at the hospital, brought her a dozen of roses, and we met in the cafeteria. And it was then that I told her that it was her father, and he had never left her, and he's always been with her, encouraging her in those moments. And on his birthday, every year now we talk, and it's just a beautiful kind of relationship, friendship.
I love that. I love that.